A really good all-around tire, but the cool thing is if we start out here, track gets a little heavier, we'll move this way. Track gets a little drier, we'll move this way. So got options. I like options.
Welcome to my vlog.
Get after it. What's up, guys? Welcome to the vlog this week. Thanks for tuning in. Super pumped this year to have Yokohama Tire on board. They're our title sponsor for the Pro 4 program. They have a ton of different tires that we're allowed to race with. They have a Geolander AT, Geolander XAT, and a Geolander MT. So basically in order from more rubber to less rubber. So a big difference that Yokohama has with compared to other tire companies is they're super well known in the heavy equipment industry, you know, big semi trucks, a lot of mining equipment, all this type of stuff. And they use a lot of that technology in their tire that we're racing with. I'm super impressed with how these tires have been able to take the abuse of the Pro 4s. I mean, 900 horse jumping sideways, 150 feet down hills and whatever, they can take it. Tires this year in Pro 4 are even a bigger deal than they have been in years past because we're limited to running DOT tires. So they have to be a road legal tire that you could put on your pickup, go get a discount tire down the road or wherever. Those are the same ones we're running. That's what we had ran in the past on the Pro 2 and Pro Light and all the other truck classes. But they just this year switched Pro 4 to it. And when you put it that way, it doesn't sound like that big a deal, but the Pro 4s are a whole nother animal. They have a lot more power and they require a lot more traction. And they have all four wheels digging. So you go through a lot more tires, you use the tires a lot more, you're able to really push them. And if you've ever seen Pro 4s enter corners with jumps before them, they usually like to pitch them in. So as you jump the car, you'll rotate in the air and kind of land sideways and start your turn. That's really hard on tires, and that's why we're super pumped to have Yokohama on board. They have really beefy tires, really strong tires that take up the abuse that we can put down onto the ground with the tire on the Pro 4. And they have a lot of options for tread patterns. So these are the three tires we've been running on the Pro 4. We got the Geolander MT, Geolander XAT, which is like a crossover, and then we got the AT. So this is literally just a blend of the two. The AT is more like a typical all-terrain that you'd run on a pickup. It's actually a 2-ply, a little bit lighter, but more rubber. So I like this one a lot because we can really get it blocky. It looks like a motocross tire almost. But yeah, you got a lot of good steer grooves and at the same time forward bite. So yeah, anything going this way helps you turn. Anything going this way helps you go forward. So that side of it is pretty simple. As you can see, we've been running the heck out of this one, getting some really good wear. Edges are starting to round. We get a little bit of chunking, but that's from a lot of laps on the track. So pretty stoked with how much abuse this thing's been able to take. This one, that we literally don't cut that much. There's one little groove we'll put in it, But this one's super race ready. Really good at craning for hole shots. If the dirt is pretty loose, if we got rain, or even if you're just at a heavy track. ERX is typically a heavier track. So I really like running the MTs here. I feel like if you make any mistakes and you get out into the cushion at all, you don't sacrifice a ton of speed. But a lot of it depends on driving style, where you like to race, and how much forward bite versus steer you need for your driving style. This one really gives you, bigger sections that have voids, and at the same time, a lot of little paddles. And yeah, it's a really good all-around tire. But the cool thing is, if we start out here, track gets a little heavier, we'll move this way. Track gets a little drier, we'll move this way. So got options. I like options, so that's good. And the other cool thing is you got this bad boy, same tire as this, but for the UTV. So you can see the grooves are identical. They're just little baby grooves over here. So this thing works really good on the UTV. They're super light. That's the biggest thing. UTVs are, they just don't have the 900 horse. So you put too much weight on the tire, you start heating up belts, you start losing drivetrain issues, and you sacrifice top speed, which we're running so close to laps. I can run a faster lap on that thing than I can in my Pro 2s. So a lot of it is because you got to get the weight out of it, and then they can really, the power to weight can overcome, and you get a lot more drivability out of the car, and accelerates faster. And ideally, traction isn't the biggest thing. A lot of it is just rotating weight. So that's why I love these. When we start cutting them out, we lose a little bit of weight too, even more. So yeah, they're just a super lightweight tire. They got a pretty soft sidewall on the little one, and it allows the UTV to really hook up well. So super pumped on all these tires. Got any questions, you can head over to yokohama.com. They got tires on there. Go under the dirt or truck section, you can see this entire line. They even have a couple that are for like mud boggers and some different stuff like that. But yeah, run them on my pickup. They're awesome tires. Same deal. Depending on what terrain you drive and what look you want, you can pick. Even another cool feature is like on the XAT, they have a different sidewall pattern depending on if you're putting it on a truck or an SUV. So on this side, they got a little bit more of an aggressive kind of turns and a little bit bigger lug. On this side, it's more of a paddle look. It's like straight down off the lug. So pretty cool. They got a lot of little details on the tire. You can tune it to how you want your car to look. As far as racing goes, it doesn't really play a huge difference. But yeah, so cool options. So. The tire ultimately is the only thing touching the ground. That's your connection with the earth and the dirt. So if you mess that up or you don't have it quite right, it can really make a big effect. And depending on how dry or loose the track is, like on a hard packed track, you will want to take less rubber away so that you don't lose contact patch. But the more rubber you take away, the more the lugs will move. And like I was talking about earlier, they will, instead of just sliding off the surface, they'll kind of work for you and grip into the dirt. So there's a lot to do on a tire and a lot of different things that go into what we do as far as grooving. So there's been some big things that have shooken up in the off-road industry. The West Coast Series, Lucas Oil Off-Road, they are not racing Pro 4s this year. They just had limited entries, so the only Pro 4 racing in the country is going to be in the Midwest in the first race of the season. The first Pro 4 race in the world this year is going to be at ERX. If you're coming to the Off-Road National at ERX July 10th and 11th, and you are interested in this tire grooving stuff that you're hearing about, make sure you swing by our pit. We'll have a Yokohama Easy Up right next to our pit. There'll be a tire engineer there. So if you're interested in it, you want to check it out, you want to come look at the tires, you got to ask questions, you want to set for your pickup truck, for sure come by, check out, and maybe we'll give away some free swag or some gear to somebody that swings by and has some tires about the questions about the tires. All right, guys, thanks for watching this week. Another Pro 4 vlog. Hope you guys liked seeing it with the body on, running, doing some jumps and whatnot on the track. Really crunch time for us this time of year, so appreciate you guys tuning in and checking in with us. Check on our channel. If you like what you saw, there's more videos. Make sure you scroll down in the comments. Tell me what you guys want to see in upcoming vlogs. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. Hope you all have a good 4th of July week. And yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe. Andrew Carlson 15 on Instagram. And yeah, we'll see you next Thursday. Thanks, guys.